is Ted Price. I'm the president and CEO of Insomniac Games. We just released Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. Came out November of 2004. And to date, it's been the fastest selling game of any game we've ever made, and that's been really cool to see. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we had a big installed fan base for the Ratchet series, and when we added online, it brought even more people into the Ratchet universe. And we had great support from Sony in terms of the marketing and PR, and so more and more people know about the Ratchet franchise, and as a result, created a very good Christmas for us. We always think about what's next, whether it's a different platform or a new game on the same platform. We're always trying to think ahead because we realize that to maintain a cycle of having a game out every year after year, it takes a lot of planning. And so even though I can't talk about our specific plans, I can tell you that we have a group of people who are always thinking ahead. I think what we've learned is to be very flexible. No question, nobody knows what's around the next corner. So as a fairly small company in the light of the overall industry, I think that we've really maintained a philosophy that it's important to be quick on your feet. If you see a change coming, or if something happens that nobody anticipated, we have to be able to shift all of our resources and change aspects of our current game, think about different markets, whatever it takes to survive and thrive in this industry. And I think the group of people that we have at Insomniac are very attuned to that kind of fast-moving mentality. Well, I think what Ratchet for us is an opportunity to continue to experiment in expanding the platforming genre. Every Ratchet game that we have created has been an attempt by us to go beyond the boundaries of what most people expect from platformers. And I think the Ratchet universe really lends itself well to that kind of thinking outside the box, to use a really overused cliche. And that's what we enjoy about the Ratchet universe. It's just it gives us a lot of flexibility. So to answer your question more succinctly, I think that the Ratchet universe has plenty of opportunity left to continue to develop all sorts of different things. There's so many great characters in the universe, and there's so many different things that we want to do with it, that I see it being a great opportunity for Insomnia to continue making good platform games. I think the reason that Ratchet has been so successful is a combination of thinking differently from a design perspective about what platformers can be on our side, and on the other hand, extremely good support from Sony. I mean, Sony really marketed Ratchet well, and we got fantastic support from the enthusiast magazines as well, thanks to the PR efforts that Sony made and that we've made. And because of that, I think a lot of people were able to see from the reviews and just online chatter how different Ratchet really is and why it's not your standard platformer. I'd say the number one key to success for us would be the core gameplay, really. I mean, that's really what it's all about. People love playing Ratchet because you get to use really cool weapons and gadgets and blow the crap out of stuff. I mean, that's been at the core of all the games, and what we've been able to do is really layer additional gameplay on top of that to make it feel bigger, more varied, and introduce new twists to the genre. But a very close second would be the humor in the games. There aren't that many games these days that really use humor to entertain people. We're finding that our online audience is growing. And Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal featured a very robust online gameplay element. And we were hoping and are finding that a lot of folks who don't traditionally play online games have been gravitating to Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal because it offers an opportunity to play on a more even playing field. It's a departure from what people are used to seeing in online games. And I'm hoping that is helping us broaden the audience for both the Ratchet universe and for the PlayStation 2. No, ironically, the same question comes up with every platform switch. People ask the question, okay, are we played out? Can we go no further with technology? And I think the answer is always, yes, we can go further. It just depends on how much effort you want to put into doing the things on the PlayStation 2 that, say, PC games are doing. And if you look back at what's happening with PlayStation 1 games these days, I think the proof is right there. It is true that PlayStation 2 games will continue to sell for a long time. And it's a fantastic opportunity for both developers like Insomniac, who've been around for a while, and then new developers who are looking for a low-cost alternative to get into the games market. versus going with a next generation console, which may be a lot more expensive. We're talking about a user base of almost 100 million players out there. I mean, what a fantastic opportunity to create games. I think that if you look at any new generation of platforms coming onto the market, whether it's next year or it was 6 years ago, we still face the same challenges. And what seems to get lost every time is the focus on gameplay. It's all about creating the right experience for the player at the core of the game. Is it fun to run around? Is it fun to shoot things, shoot baskets, race a car, whatever? Are the controls tight? And then we get to worry about the hardware and the graphics and the memory capacity. You know, for us the challenge is always how much time do we have to develop a game? It isn't really about the hardware, it's do we have the manpower, do we have the months to put into creating big games? I mean, every single Ratchet game that we've made has really pushed up how many levels we can create, how many different types of gameplay we can shoehorn into the game. And so to us, it's not about necessarily about the additional capabilities that the hardware gives us. It's about answering the question, can we schedule this? Can we schedule our games efficiently? Can we pick the right types of gameplay to include in the games? Are we hitting the right markets with our ideas? Those are the questions that really keep us all up at night, not will the hardware do what we want it to.